This is another edition, or is it another episode of Faja Live? My name is Akintunde-Johnson. I'm your host. This is the afterglow of the much advertised Valentine's Day. So we're still in the mood of Valentine. I have a glowing guest in the house. She's exceptionally beautiful. You see when she comes on. She's the publisher of Glam Essence magazine. It's a lifestyle magazine, she calls it. And G-Style, a fashion catalog. But I've known her as a creative director for Eve 2000, and long time ago, the deputy managing director of City People. We've come a long way. It's nice to see you, in spite of everything.
Nice to be here.
My partner, Susan Eyo-Honesty.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.
It's so nice to be here.
Yeah, still shining and
Thank
glamoring and essays and all that. How are you?
I'm very good.
It's good to see you.
Same here.
It looks as if it was nice jumping out of soft cell.
Oh, you don't want to know. You don't know. I mean, you can still feel the energy sometimes when you talk about that a part of my life. You know, the energy of being a news hunting person and breaking news, be it political, social, showbiz. But the times have changed, and there's no doubt about the fact that, you know, there are times when you feel, oh my God, it's changed so rapidly with the social media advent and all of that. So whilst I'm glad I bowed out when I did, but times I miss that action that comes from going out sourcing for stories and getting that breaking story and rushing back the adrenaline in your body that I got this big story. At times when you miss that.
Yeah. I have known you since you were in Vintage and you have been to other places. There's no way we are not going to talk about the past in that context. For us guys, it was tough and it was demanding, and sometimes it was challenging, you know, and then the pros and cons, the bad thing about it, the good thing about it for guys. I've never known how it feels for
a woman. It's no different. Sometimes I think it's even tougher with a woman because you're in an environment where if you're good to the eyes as a woman, I mean, that's if you appeal to the, it becomes another challenge because you find you're in a place where you want to interview somebody and they want to take it away from what you came there to do, and I'm like, excuse me, this is what I came for, and you have to be firm about it, but in a very polite manner, so you don't lose your subject, the person you've come there to interview. So it was quite rough, but like I keep telling people, it's the passion I have for the job that has made me able to overcome some of those challenges. I mean, there are times when I say, oh God, the men are having it easy. Nobody's going to be looking at you that way, or, you know, throwing all kinds of things to you. Some men will tell you, oh, who says that? Women too also make passes. But the bottom line is that at the end of the day, I made up my mind that I was not going to let all of this deter me. And at the end of the day, I would be firm enough to make them realize this is what I do, this is what I believe in, and this is what I intend to achieve. And with time, I realized that people got to take me for who I am, the professional person as a journalist that I am, and respect that. I earned that respect over time, so I'm truly grateful for that.
Okay, when you absconded from soft cell, it was still in its, you know, halcyon days. It was still making noise and all that.
Exactly.
What prompted you? What was like a vision? Or?
I think there were things that, you know, had been pounding my mind about, you know, the things that were happening around me at the time in the media. I could see the influx of a new form of reporting coming in, which the social media created. And at a point, I realized that, I mean, we might not take them seriously now, but they might end up being stronger than we ever imagined. And beyond that, I just felt that even the media was beginning to lose the steam, especially soft cell. Softcell is known for breaking stories. Suddenly we were becoming like we're doing PR for people whose stories we should be reporting, we were now packaging. And the bite that that the Softcell held for a lot of people who were buying at the time was beginning to diminish gradually. Everyone was becoming a PR person for people who should be making the news that you should be breaking, and I think I got to a point where I realized that I wasn't finding it as exciting as I found when I started out, and so when other things played out, it was so easy to just decide, you know what, while the ovation is loudest, bow out and do something else that you also have a passion for. And I've always loved lifestyle reporting, which involves fashion, beauty, doing great interviews with people. And at the time I left, I wasn't sure that I wanted to start it at the time because there was so much going on within the media, and I didn't know if it was the right time to. And at a point I said, okay, I have a fashion line. Why don't I just concentrate on that? But when I made up my mind about that, the Spirit of God inside of me just said, no, I didn't prepare you for all of this just to go and make clothes. I mean, there was something bigger. And so the birth of Glam Essence
came. Don't worry, we get to the Glam Essence, we get to fashion and all. But I still want to probe you.
Okay.
I don't know how true it is and if it is correct. But I understand that it's always difficult for high-flying women in journalism, especially celebrity journalism, where you have to investigate and all that, to really settle down, marry, have children and all that. How far is it using yourself as a perspective?
I think it's quite true. To an extent, if I was going to use myself as an example, it's quite true. Because you find that you become married to your job, sort of. You create time for relaxation with another person. Do you have enough time to go into a relationship? Because your life is basically about the work. Monday to Sunday, you're working. How do you find the time for a relationship and to, give it your all? And then you're also in an environment where, because of the nature of the job you do, there's also the problem with a man thinking that, oh, am I sure she's doing that? Regardless of how that ego thing will be there. So it made it difficult for one to, I'm not saying some people haven't made a good, they've not been able to, they've been fortunate. Some people started early, as in they got married on time before they got into it. So good. It was good for them. But for someone like myself, I came in as a youth corper into the media, and I knew I wanted to make a mark there, and I knew there were sacrifices that entails. So I got too involved in my career, and didn't think that this was something that I should have been doing alongside that. I don't want to say I have any regrets. I don't, because I'm happy with where I've come so far. I'm happy where I am right now. I'm very happy where I am right now. But I know that for a lot of the women in the media who are striving to get to the top, it can be quite a challenge.
Now, if a man comes into your life now and is loaded, he has plenty of money. I'm talking about Andrew Yakubu.
Oh my God! No.
I'm talking about that kind of money. I know
that is a bad example.
No, I'm talking about the cash.
Oh my God!
I'm talking about the cash value, not the man. I mean, something billionaire and all that. And he says, Susan, I want you to headhunt and lead a soft sell something, reinvigorate it. Will you go back?
I don't think so. I don't really think so. I think my days in soft sell is like done. I'm done with it. I enjoy where I am right now. I enjoy what I do. It gives me a lot of time for myself now. And I get a lot of pleasure finding that I can report people without it being negative. And as a matter of fact, I realize that some of the best interviews I've had now, and people that are more comfortable to talk to you, even about very personal things that they normally wouldn't have spoken, trusting that you are going to report them as you've heard them. And then you're going to, you know, edit it in such a way that they themselves will enjoy, you know, reading what they've said about themselves. So I'm enjoying this time of my life in the media, and I really don't think it's about the money right now, whatever you're offering me. It's about the pleasure and the knowledge I have also gathered alongside what I'm doing. Met people who've shared stories about their success that have impacted on my person. I've taken something, I mean, they come talking to me, but I take something away from whatever they've said, and I've added value to my person from getting this knowledge. So basically, I think I'm enjoying where I am right now.
Okay. The beauty of our work is we get to speak to the mighty and the lowly and all sorts. And I would love to know, maybe when we come back on break, I would love to know who is easier to deal with, the male interviewee or the female, and where is best, at home or at office? We'll be back. I've been talking with Susan Eyo-Honesty, the publisher of Glam Essence and G-Style, and the director of Eve 2000, which is a multi-headed woman. We'll be back shortly. This is Faja Live. We are chatting post-Valentine. We're back. I'm still chatting with Susan Eyo-Honesty, and she's been very honest so far about her answers and all that. So, like I said before we went on break, which is better to deal with, the man or the woman you're comfortable with chatting with?
I've never found anyone to be impossible for me to chat with, be it a woman, be it a man. I think for most people, it's how you approach them that determines. Sometimes you can find some difficult people. It can be male, it can be female. But one's approach to them and how you conduct yourself, I think sometimes endears you to some people, and then they find themselves saying, in a situation where they would have said, no, I don't want to talk about myself, they end up talking. Some of the people I have had the privilege to interview have turned out to be people who I became friends with, you know, and so in a way, some people would say, oh, you're lucky, you end up being, but I mean, I never knew them until I met them on the job. So whichever way you look at it, it depends on how you approach these people. I would not say I've had a difficult, I've only had difficult male and been easy with the women. I've had both ways. So sometimes you meet a difficult guy and sometimes you meet a difficult woman. And as you keep pressure or keep approaching them, after a while they break. The ice break, and it's like, oh, you know what, Susan, all right, let's talk and let me be, you know. And then you get an interview out of them and they can't believe what they say. I mean, it depends on how you also throw the questions as well. Yeah.
Now, I ask some of these questions because we all have a baggage. Yeah. Sometimes those baggages were not created by you. Yeah. Now, let's talk about someone who's an avid reader of City People. Most of what we are doing as people is find story about people, about lifestyle and all that. But there are other parts of that magazine that is very hard at this, hard at that, exposing this and all that. And they pack everything together and put it on your head. And someone comes and say, hey, you want to interview me now? Hey, after all you have done, do you get that kind of vibe?
Several times I've had encounters like that where it's like, oh, sometimes you go into a gathering and then they introduce you. And people like, oh, and as immediately they mentioned where you're working, it's like they just freeze, you know. And I don't push. What I do at moments like that, when I find I'm faced with someone who's been hit hard, I don't push for anything with you. I just relate with everyone around you because I know the person is also taking time to study who you are. Yes, you hear the bitter feel of the person. It's like, oh, you guys did this, you guys did that. You know, I don't try to defend myself, because at the end of the day, I represent the brand. So all I do is just try to be myself in that environment. And after a while, you know, I find that even such people just study that if you can be close friends with this person and they're comfortable with you, they're comfortable with it, maybe I need to just say my own side of the story. And I can use you knowing that, you know, definitely you'll be able to present my own side of the story without having to, you know, flower it up and all of that. So it takes time. Sometimes some don't even bother. You don't even bother with them. But after a while, some of the people, you know, just chill with you. But I mean, I've had colleagues who've been beaten. They met them at an event and they introduced them, and then just go here, hell just let loose there, you know. But I've never had that experience. But the point of the matter is that the times you find yourself in that kind of murky water, and you just need to, you know, comport yourself and not try to be, you know, try to make a point about why you need to do what I don't even. I let you, I mean, voice your opinion. You have the right to do that, you know, and I just let you be.
Because you have a right to be writing about that. Okay, let's talk a bit about Glam Essence.
Okay.
You are producing a glossy, high-quality magazine in a very terrible, terrifying environment.
Tell me about it.
I don't know how you guys do it.
I think it's just been a journey of experimenting and then finally getting what the people want. When we started, you know, we wanted to be different, so we chose a size that we thought was perfect. We realized that people didn't warm up to that. So it's been, we turned 6 this February, and we've seen it's evolved over the years as we keep producing, we keep learning what people want. We talk with the vendors, the agents, to find out, okay, what is it that people really want? You'll be surprised that these people actually know. Yeah. They tell you, oh, this person, if you have this person on the cover, is a sellout. If you have, so sometimes you also you hear their own opinion, but you also, you know, check out what they're telling you. You just don't take everything they say to you.
Or else you become the
exactly, exactly. And then we keep trying, okay, where would we get what kind of printing press can we use that will give us the quality that can be comparable to any other magazine we pick abroad? Because, I mean, I know that Nigerians have become very, the taste is now different from when I started in the media. The taste for quality is there. If you need to, if you're going to say to people that you're doing a lifestyle magazine, then it has to represent style. You know, that makes me feel I'm reading something that, you know, I want to be able to display in my living room or at my workplace, and people can pick it and enjoy it. So it's not just about the content. The entire package has to represent. So it's been challenging, extremely. Extremely in this environment where I mean it's actually very difficult to get people to say, you know, I want to support this, but you know, when you put it before the one who matters, he always brings helpers along your way, and that was what I decided to do. That for every edition I do, I just put it before my maker, and I just know that he will guide, and somehow it's kept us going, and here we are 6 years after.
You are not ready to give up?
Absolutely not.
Okay, the environment you are working in now, you are dealing essentially fashion, style, life, and all. I'd like to know, are we a copycat country, a copycat people? Do we? I see a lot of cut and paste online. They take from magazine, take from this. But in reality, when you deal with people, you move around, you talk to the high and mighty and all that. Do we see us essentially like copycatting? Kind of, they want to copy what's in abroad. They want to copy
I really don't. I think right now we have to identify the fact that the world is a global place now. It's not about just us. We can't say we're doing what we're doing for just us. People want to know what we decided to do with Glam Essence was that we're going to show what obtains here in Nigeria. I want someone who picks it from Ghana to read the mag and get a feel of Nigeria. what we are about. We're fashion conscious people. And the beauty of it is that Nigerians now wear Nigeria. So that there's just too much material to showcase the fashion aspect of where I'm from. There's so many people who've made a mark that I can talk to, that people are curious about, be it in the showbiz environment, be in politics. So I think what I'm doing is trying to make sure that wherever I am, I represent where I'm coming from. You get a feel of who we are. I don't want to do, there's no magazine in the world that doesn't have a template that they follow. And look at, if it works for, let's say it works for Vogue magazine or Tatler or InStyle or Hello, there must be something I can take from any of this one, but using my own base to portray what it is that I enjoyed the most in this magazine. So basically, I don't want to say we are copying. Everyone copies one person or the other. The designers all over the world, you know, see, they get inspiration from other people's works, and then they now, you know, design it to have their own signature. So using the word copycat would be a bit too harsh right now, because this is we're in a world that is fast, you know, moving, the pace at which it's moving. So we just have to move with the time. We're not feeding just Nigerians. We're on the internet now. We're online. So the people reading from all parts of the world. So they have to have a feel of something from this part of the world, but that they can actually identify with. So really, I think that's the way I would want to describe where we are at right now.
I stand corrected. Let's talk about the power, the penetration of social media, of internet and all that. How much has it eaten into your business?
Oh, well, I would lie if I say to you that it hasn't, especially for the print media. It has. And any print media handler right now or owner would also admit to the fact that since the social media thing came on board, it has taken a chunk of the readers who now can get those information free. They don't have to pay to get it. It's on my tablet. I can pick up my phone, and there's so many bloggers, so many online magazines that I can read. Why should I buy? And they're breaking it as it's happening. So why should I wait for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday when you're coming out to hear the news? By the time you're coming out, you're stale. So it is a major, major problem for print media right now. I mean, everyone has gone online now, so they won't lose out. But the bottom line is that there are just so many. And even finding good hands, they now realize that, look, I can do this. I don't need to come work for you. I can do this by myself. I can have my own blog. All my information can be there. I can market my blog and make my money. Why work for you? So that is a challenge for a lot of the print media owners too, because they're losing their staff by the day, who now have the right to, you know, make use of the social media to give their information out to their readers out there. So it's something you no longer can ignore. The power of the social media, the internet, when compared to what used to obtain, where all you depended on was those papers on the streets to pick to get information. The era of just waiting for that is fast eroding.
Okay, as we round up, I'd like to get some fashion advice from you. Our people are very fashionable. We love fashion.
Extremely.
Especially the women.
Extremely. Oh, the men too.
Well, some men.
A lot of men.
Is that so?
Oh, yes. 70% of men are very fashion conscious now.
70%?
Oh, yes. Once upon a time, men never care. Now men have their own skincare lines. They have their own grooming lines. I mean, the men are really into it now. And you can see a lot of fashion houses opening for just men.
Wow.
Oh, yes. So it's no longer about Moody, and it's a big market now.
Big market now. What prospect, if I want to start my fashion line, what prospect is there that I can exploit? I'm just taking off. People, a lot of young guys do sag and sagging and all that.
It's not a particularly exciting trend.
Yes, I don't know exciting, but what can fashion do to, you know, glamorize it, make it less annoying and all that? Because there are a large number of them doing that.
Well, a large number of them among the youth.
Yes.
when they start getting to a certain age, they realize that it's no longer, it's not.
They pull it up.
Yeah, they're not pulling it up. I mean, as a matter of fact, the way the designers are churning out designs every day, sagging is no longer in vogue. That's just the truth. You find it among teenagers, and I mean, not anybody mature. Anyone who wants to make, I mean, it's even been made so on trendy because the showbiz guys now suit up. And they are the examples a lot of the young guys are looking at. You now look at them in the musical videos now wearing suits, fitted pants, and so why would you want to sag when everyone is pulling it up? So now you have a lot of young designers that are doing all kinds of things now that, I mean, the fashion industry in Nigeria has gone to a point where we now have a men's fashion week. That's how strong the fashion industry for men has developed over time. So we're going to be seeing a lot of competition amongst the female designers and the male designers now because, I mean, the advantage the men have is that they can actually make both for men and women. So now you're finding women also veering into men's wear. So, and also, you know, working with colors, fabrics. It's a whole, it's a sector that it's so sad that the government hasn't really seen as a big market like you find abroad to tap into, you know. But I guess now with the decline of oil and all of that, maybe the fashion industry will be the biggest place to be, to invest in now.
Great. We are not declining. We are just going off now. Thanks so much, Susan.
Thank you.
You've been a great guest.
Thank you so much for having me.
And a lot of fashion tips there.
Thank you.
No sagging thing. Not anymore.
No sagging.
No sagging. Thank you so much. That has been Susan Eyo-Honesty, Director, Eve 2000, and a publisher of Glam Essence and G-Style. It's been great. I hope you've enjoyed that. We have more coming.